Taurus, your June tarot reading is ready. I am Eleanor and welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Your main themes for June are, it says banish a curse and then white rose, purification. By purifying your life of negative people, places, and experiences, you attain true peace. So what this means is that June is all about creating the space and releasing what you need to in order to finally get some peace and clarity. This would mean setting some new or reaffirming boundaries, decluttering, auditing your diet, cleansing yourself of any negativity from others that you might have absorbed, forgiveness, all of that sort of stuff. A lot of times, like the two theme cards I get, they'll have different messages that blend to make a new main idea. But in this case, they are saying the exact same thing. Like they're really trying to hit you over the head with it. So do not tolerate the ick anymore in June. So the first question I've asked is to have a message of empowerment for you to help you with that, or to, if there's anything else that they feel like you need to hear to help with that. And you have the Fool. So this is calling you to have faith in yourself as you move forward. And it's also a reminder to travel light so that you can be ready for anything that life throws your way. So this is perfect for empowering you to purify and cut loose what is heavy in your life, heavy on your heart and heavy on your mind. And a lot of times we hold on to these heavier things and people out of a sense of familiarity or security. And this is really trying to draw your attention to any ways these things have become a proxy for having trust in yourself and the universe. The Fool is a profound clarion call for trust and lightening up. And it signifies a fresh new beginning, the first step onto the yellow brick road, as it were. So you've got 3 for 3 saying the same thing. So for where you will see the most change, you have the 4 of Swords. Make that 4 for 4. This indicates a big change in how much solitude you may experience for the sake of healing, recentering, energy restoration, and bringing especially your mental environment to stillness. Now, hopefully for most of you, this is voluntary and the result of boundaries that you set, but for some of you, you might find it a little uncomfortable at first. For what will be your biggest obstacle, you have the 3 of Wands. So future tripping or waiting for a sign instead of taking decisive action. Hang on. Okay. Acting in the present. So like having your power be out into the future. I feel as though some of you might be more apt to hope things that just fall away on their own in a situation that actually requires you to be more proactive. And I really feel like this is a liminal time, a time in between time that has to be allowed its full expression and not just tolerated, if that makes any sense. They don't want you to hunker down and be patient and wait it out. They want you to expand yourself into it. And as you expand into that space, there is less and less room for those lower energies. So for the best thing about this month, you have the 3 of Swords reversed. The best way we want to see that. So that's actually dead nuts on with that Banish a Curse, where we have the wheel with these swords in it. In the guidebook, it talks about taking the swords out, and here they are, gravity pulling them out of the heart there. So pain relief, heart healing that comes when your mind is quiet and not torturing you. The 3 of Swords is a funny card because it talks about grief, which would be emotion. That would be the Cups in suit, but the swords are your thoughts and your beliefs. So that's why I always say that it doesn't indicate something bad happening, but the way the brain narrates the past in a way that inflicts heartache on the self. So 5 for 6 on this lightning of baggage energy. For your influence and impact on others, you have the High Priestess. So we are tracking perfectly with that 4 of Swords. A quiet, sovereign presence that doesn't insist on itself, but just holds space and knowledge. People might notice your silence and it's coming off as very enlightened, very mysterious, and it's evoking respect and curiosity. So well done there. For what opportunities you should be looking for, you have the 6 of Cups reversed. Opportunities to get clarity on the past and maybe even rewrite it in some ways, like getting clarity on some of the things that you might not have remembered accurately and then setting them straight, which could be part of what's happening here. This also, it represents opportunities to show yourself some kindness, that kindness that's so much easier to show to others first, the kind of kindness that people can sometimes get used to and entitled to. Opportunities to reclaim some lost innocence. And finally, it's like opportunities to explore if you are a people pleaser, and if so, how has that created the space for all of these things that you now want to purify yourself of into your environment in the first place. And I also want to say with this that confronting ghosts from your past, because there's a haunted energy to the Six of Cups reverse, and perhaps there's an opportunity this month to banish something like that. So for where you will find the most support, Four of Wands, nice, beautiful, easy to interpret. So it's going to be your greater community, your larger network, the people who you would invite into your newly cleansed space, people who bring you joy and can share, that can share in your peace and enhance it, not disrupt it, not be jealous of it. The people that are happiest for you when something positive happens in your life. It's your most solid and deeply rooted commitments, or your constants, as they say. So for your self-care directive, well, you have the Hermit. So that is the Four of Swords there times 10. It is, hang on, not just the act of taking space, but the deep exploration that that space can facilitate. So when I say the Fool up here, it's about trust in yourself. This is discovering that inner light that you can put your trust in and be guided by into the unknown that the Fool is stepping into. Dr. K from Healthy Gamer called it abiding in that which is unchanging. It's a really powerful meditation, he says. So familiarizing yourself and being in the company of the core you, and not just what is mirroring the external world. So placing yourself back at the center of your perception and perceiving outward, not perceiving yourself from the outside in through other people's lenses. And so it's self-caring for your identity and your deepest truth. And they're saying to nurture and take care of your authentic inner being this month. There's an energy overall here of separating the wheat from the chaff in this whole reading. And so I hope it all kind of comes together to make sense. Much love, Taurus, and I'll talk to you next month. Thank you.